Hey team, it's Heather here. Today I wanted to talk to you about the importance of signing up your spouse as a coach. So, right now I just kind of wanted to document this on a little piece of paper just to show you exactly what it would look like for you. As a coach, you have two legs. You have a left leg and a right leg. So we'll do left and right. Okay? And depending on where your coach signed you up will depend on whether or not you are on what leg is your strong leg and your weak leg. So when I signed up underneath Lisa, she put me on her left leg, which means that that is my strong leg. And what that means is that whenever she puts a coach on that left leg, and whenever one of her coaches that she put on the left leg puts a coach on the left leg, and so forth and so on, they will fall somewhere underneath me. That's what helps build your team volume. Your weak leg, which in my case is my right leg, your weak leg is where it's all me and my coaches and their coaches. It's not from the big collective whole of Lisa's team. Okay, this is all me, my coaches, their coaches. Okay, so you want to make sure in order to go Emerald that you are going to have a coach on your left leg and you're going to have a coach on your right leg. And again, depending, I'm not sure where you were placed. You'll have to ask your direct upline where you were placed to know whether or not which side is your strong side and your weak side. The best thing to do is to sign up your spouse on your strong side. So my spouse would go over here on my left side. And then you would need someone on your weak leg. The reason why you want to put your spouse on your strong leg is because he is going to or she is going to receive all the volume from the big collective team. Now, don't stress if you didn't do this, because honestly, I didn't have this tutorial when I decided to become a coach, and so I didn't know any better, and my husband is on my weak leg, which is fine because really ultimately you want to make your weak leg super duper strong so that you can receive more team volume on that side. And so then say like you signed your best friend. Okay, so these are your two coaches. Now you have someone on your left side and your right side, and you are Emerald. Congratulations! The reason that you want to hit Emerald, there are many reasons, and I'm going to go over this in another video, but a big reason that you want to go Emerald is so that you can team cycle bonus. And this means that anytime your weak leg has 100 points and your strong leg has 200 points, you're going to team cycle bonus. And this can be multiple times in one pay period. And you will have, when you're Emerald, $14, when you're Ruby, $16, when you're Diamond, $18, and so on and so forth. So there have been times, honestly, where I haven't sold a thing during the week at all. But I had team cycle bonus and made hundreds of dollars just off of the collective team. So that is why being an Emerald coach is huge. Now the reason you want to sign up your spouse right away in the very beginning is because, like I said, we have that big collective team. So I want to show you what exactly that looks like. So right now, let's say your spouse has no coaches, okay? But I just signed another coach, so that coach is going to go here. Maybe this is my college roommate, okay? And my college roommate signed a coach and signed another coach, so they're now Emerald. And then they signed another coach, and then this coach signed a coach, and another coach, and this coach signed a coach, and then I signed a coach again. So then that's going to go down here. That's another one of my coaches that I put on this leg. And then someone in the big collective team, the huge team, not just my team, but the huge team, they signed a coach on their left leg, so they're down here too. And then my coach decided to add some coaches, and this person that I don't even know, but they're on the huge whole collective team, they decided to add some coaches. So all of this is creating team volume under your spouse, so that when you have built up your business enough that you are comfortable placing coaches underneath your spouse. So say like your spouse does not really work the business. That's totally fine. Right now, my husband is helping me with the business and he's bringing me customers and all that kind of stuff, but he isn't working the business. So every once in a while, if I get a discount coach or someone who doesn't really want to work the biz, just wants a discount or whatever, I will put them under my husband. Okay, so that my husband can now get to Emerald, because what's going to happen is now he's going to receive all of this volume, all of this volume, all of this volume, so that he can team cycle bonus. And then when you get to where you're just rocking it out in your business, you can now build your husband up in his business. And at that point, he might be like gung-ho and like, yeah, I want to do this. Or vice versa. If your wife is like, well, wait a minute, you're doing really well with this. Maybe I could help you out. So now maybe your spouse has a couple of coworkers that are ready to join, and you have a couple of other coaches that you can put underneath your spouse. So now your spouse has hit Emerald and your spouse has hit Ruby and now Diamond. So now your spouse gets to be one of your Star Diamond coaches, or one of your Diamond coaches, which now gets you to another level of Star Diamond. Okay? And here's another reason that you want to sign up your spouse right away. Let's get a new piece of paper. Okay. So again, here's you. Here's your spouse. And here's your best friend. Okay, in order to be Emerald, you have to have one coach on each leg in active status, okay? So, like I said, the left side is my strong side, so I'm going to be getting coaches from the whole big collective team. So I'm going to start building up my weak leg here. So now I've got another coach, and maybe, you know, it's your sibling, okay? So all of a sudden, or wait, here we go. Now we're going to sign up someone else over here. And then this is your bank teller. I don't know. You never know. That's your bank teller. And so you've got 4 coaches right now. What happens if your bank teller doesn't remain active? So what happens if this coach says didn't sell anything and didn't purchase anything for 1 month? Then they're going to go inactive. But I need to have one coach on each leg to remain Emerald status. One active coach on each leg to remain Emerald status. So in the beginning, when you're not ready to build your spouse's business, you can keep them there just to remain active while you're building up your team, while you're building up stronger leaders, while you're adding people, so that you can remain Emerald, Ruby, Diamond, or whatever. And then if it gets to a point where you're like, okay, well, I've got so many coaches, I don't really need them to be active right now, let them go inactive. That's fine until you're ready to build up their business. So they just need to keep paying their $15.95 website fee. But other than that, if you don't want them to be active at that point, if you think that you have enough coaches that are going to stay active, great. But again, it's always a safety net, because if for some reason, you know, your bank teller and your lawn guy, I don't know, if for some reason either of them go inactive, you can always make sure your husband is active again, just so that you can keep your status. But like I said, then it brings us back to this picture where when you're building your team and you've got coaches on both sides, now you say, hey, I'm rocking this out. I am ready. And now you start putting coaches underneath your spouse to help them out. Then you can hit Star Diamond even faster if you help them to be a Diamond. There are many coaches in the business whose first Diamond coach was their spouse, which got them to Star Diamond. There are many coaches in the business who made sure that they got to like 2 or 3 Star Diamond, and then they started building their husband's team. And again, once they started just their husband or wife, sorry. Once they did that, then all of the team volume was on your husband now, or your wife. Now imagine if you had put them way down here. Okay, it's still fine because you're still collecting from the team, but now they missed out on all this where they could have had it. You know, they could have had all this, but you put them down here because maybe you weren't sure about it yet. So I highly recommend that you put your spouse up at the top when you're signing coaches. And if you have any questions, let me know.